Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Magic bets in the cut, got the game on lock. Flipping dimes, calling shots, every move non-stop. Silver fan, probably slayer, playing odds like dice. In the trap, out betting lines, making racks feel nice. Pushing the line, we don't fold, don't shy. Cashing tickets, counting green to the sky. On the podcast, we ball, roll the spread. Money talk, never walk, bets ahead.
Parlay slayer stacking chips like he's bricks. Magic's calling plays, mixing schemes so slick. Numbers on the board, all these digits don't lie. In this trap house, sports bets, we fly.
Pushing the line, we don't fold, don't shy. Cashing tickets, counting green to the sky. On the podcast, we ball, roll the spread. Money talk, never walk, bets ahead.
Got your bang world rising like that early morning sun. From parlays to straight plays, we stun. Twisting stats, breaking news, all for the game. In this world of ours, we reign.
Line moving swift like the wave in the night. Heavy hitters in the game, got the insight. Magic with the tips, and Wi-Fi with a hit. Potty tan worldwide, see us never miss.
All right, everybody, before we get started, let's have a moment of silence for that song that you just heard because that might be the last time you hear it because it is no longer just Magic's Bets and 615 Parlay Slayer. It is also Vel the Wolf 90. Next time you see us, we might have a whole new theme song. I think we need to do that.
I'm with it.
What's
Well, up,
on, fella?
everybody. Chilling, man. Friday the 13th. I don't have a national day for y'all. Today is Friday the 13th.
I got your back, homie. Hold on. I made sure I had it on my phone real
look,
quick.
look at you.
They was all dumb. I didn't like none of them. That's why I didn't put none, because they all sucked. It was National Open the Umbrella Indoors Day. I ain't really fucking with that, man.
It says National Good Samaritan Day. I like that one.
Yeah, that's me. I don't want to celebrate myself.
Look, man, we got to do the important one. National Canine Veterans Day.
I like
Who
that
doesn't
one.
love a canine, man? Come on.
I can deal with that. I do love dogs, so I
Mike,
can deal with it.
If you ain't gonna celebrate yourself, we'll celebrate you. We appreciate you, man. You do a lot of good things for other people and help out when you can. You try to make me to be a nice person, which I am a nice person. I just like to aggravate the shit out of you.
That's where you gonna go. You don't change your ways.
Hey man, I think I've done enough to stay out of there. I hope so at least. But anyways, man, last show we hit hard on the big moves of free agency, and we've had a few more moves in free agency since last time we had the show. Uh, we can start out there. Crosby's trade was nixed. It's
Yep.
wild how all that had went on because for those who don't know, if you don't pass the physical, there's no deal. They can call it off, and that's basically what happened with him.
They knew he was gonna fail the physical though. Going into the trade, they knew he was gonna fail. I just think what happened, they knew they could get Trey Hendrickson and keep their 2 first-round draft picks. Or they thought it was a partially torn meniscus, because if you have a meniscus, it can be partially torn, and it was completely torn, and he wasn't going to be ready in time for maybe OTA's training camp because he's got to fully repair his meniscus, and they just backed out. But people got to this ain't the first time this has happened. It's probably the most prominent player that it has happened, but it's not the first time that even the Ravens have done this. But it's either or.
The Ravens got y'all last year.
They did it with Jair Alexander, but he gave us our $800,000 back. He gave us that paycheck back. So, I mean, both sides, it looked like they got what they got. And
Yeah.
Max Crosby, he may get traded eventually later on, but the Raiders got to move some money around now.
Yeah, rumor has it they were really wanting to pair him and Max Crosby and Trey Hendrickson together. Was there any truth
Yeah,
in it?
they could be saying that to save face.
That is true.
Uh, you never know. I mean, for the Ravens, if we don't switch over, they did get Trey Hendrickson. They got their 2 draft picks back. They needed a pass rusher. They ranked 30th in the league in pass rushing last season. They only had 30 sacks. That's the least amount the Ravens have had since 2010. So they needed a pass rusher. They got Trey Hendrickson. So it's a start. We got the
And
draft coming up.
save some money.
They saved some money, and they still got their first round draft pick. So they may come out of this.
Hey,
better
your
than
Steelers
that.
might appreciate that trade not happening.
Man, I don't appreciate. I appreciate that. Yeah, he's not there. I ain't trying to have Trey Hendricks and Max Crosby and Myles Garrett killing whoever the hell is going to be under center for us.
It may actually end up being worse because Trey Hendrickson knows y'all better than Max Crosby.
Yeah, but you could also look at it on the other side. We also know him, so I mean, it kind of goes both ways. We know how he plays, how he can dominate that line. So nothing new for us, at least.
That's why y'all need a quarterback that can move. Don't bring no cripple ass Kirk Cousins or Aaron Rodgers in there.
Look,
they're
man,
not going to be able to get away from Myles Garrett and Trey Hendricks.
If I can call them up and tell them, hey, I better not see Kirk Cousins or Aaron Rodgers on my squad, then I do it in a heartbeat.
That ain't gonna happen. He's coming back, and y'all might end up getting Kirk Cousins because the mobile quarterback that was still out there, he is currently signed with Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, and I'm glad the Vikings done this. They also said they're not giving up on J.J. McCarthy. So let me ask y'all a question. What's the Viking? I seen this question earlier today. What is the ceiling with Kyler Murray for the Minnesota Vikings? One person earlier said they could make it to the NFC Championship. The other person said they could make it to the Super Bowl. What say y'all?
I say that the ceiling could be Super Bowl for the simple fact. Well, I ain't gonna say for the simple fact, but it's gonna depend on Kyler taking coaching. Kyler will have to listen to what's going on, get in his playbook, learn everything, and go out there and play football. He's on a 1-year contract, if I'm correct, and he has to prove right now that he's still interested in football and football is his number one choice. Because if not, this could be his last year in the league because people do not want a quarterback who can't hold the locker room, who can't understand the playbook, who can't understand and read defenses. If you're not all in, teams aren't going to be all in on you if you're a quarterback.
And he's also a little bit undersized, and
Little
you know
bit,
how that goes in the. I was trying to be nice.
little
Yeah,
bit.
he's short as hell, but you know how that shit goes in the NFL. People don't want a small quarterback. But if we can get Kyler Murray of when he first started, or even college Kyler Murray, I think that ceiling can go up to the Super Bowl. To be honest,
I agree with you there. If you get the Kyler Murray that was under Cliff Kingsbury, Cliff Kingsbury had him in his 2 Pro Bowls.
That's what I was gonna say. You was right about the coaching. Minnesota didn't have a quarterback last year, and they went 9-8, and they were still in the playoff hunt. If they can keep this defense together, if they can keep Jonathan Grenard and, of course, Harrison Smith retired. People keep forgetting Kyler Murray was the number 1 overall pick in the draft. A lot of these quarterbacks that come out, they're not mentally ready to carry a franchise. If you're the number 1 pick in the draft, you go into a team that sucks. I don't know if y'all can remember, when was the last time a team had the number 1 overall pick and had a great quarterback on it? Because I don't remember none. If you got a great quarterback, usually you competing. He went number one to Cincinnati. I'm saying where a team had the number one overall pick, and they had like an all-pro Hall of Fame caliber type quarterback already inserted, and then had the number one overall pick. It just don't happen. So you're going to a bad team. Kyler Murray got to grow. Arizona was a failure. They had a lot of injuries. They had a lot of people get traded away. The jury is out on this Marvin Harrison thing. When he had D-Hop, when he had Cliff Kingsbury, they was decent. They went to the playoffs. He lost his only playoff game. I'm not going to give him championship. I will give him divisional. But I will say he has two wide. This is probably the best offense he's been in.
And he has one of the great coaches to coach a quarterback in O'Connell.
Right.
And I love that.
He can still get loose. He's still quick. He's still fast. And one thing about Kyler Murray, he can throw the damn football. And who else other than Jamar Chase, maybe Puka, JSN, this makes Justin Jefferson relevant for us fantasy players now. Because Justin Jefferson last year, he struggled. He was frustrated. I think this opens up the offense for him. I think you can look for what's the tight end? TJ Hawkinson this season. I think he has a better season. I think he'll be key. I like the move, man. I like the move. I think at the end it'll end up being good for JJ McCarthy too.
I don't defend Kyler Murray much, but in his defense, he went to a poorly ran organization who had to build from the quarterback up. Now he's with a well-ran organization who got rid of their general manager because they realized that he was starting to run things into the ground. And he is on a team that is already set that only needs a quarterback.
Yep.
Ready to win.
And they also did not cut Aaron Jones like we first reported. They brought him back on a 1-year restructured deal.
Yep. So they pretty much just running it back with a better quarterback.
Pretty much. The Eagles got him a DB. He ain't replacing Reed Blankenship, but he should be out there on that edge outside.
Yeah.
I kind of like
we
that.
got old Rick Woolley.
Yeah.
If he comes in to this defense, he's on a 1-year deal. So this contract season, he's going to come in because he wants a big contract. It probably won't be with Philly. He should come in and play like the Pro Bowler that he was 2-3 years ago. If he does, we'll be ready. I think we're gonna be okay.
I like when these players come into free agency and when they do go to a different team, they take a 1-year contract, whether it's a value contract or a big contract. They at least take a 1-year contract to say, "Hey, I'm here to prove myself and earn this next contract."
Right, and I think our defense gonna be solid. My problem is on the offensive side of the ball. It's just starting to be annoyed. Like 2 hours ago, Philly came out. They finally said at this moment we're not trading AJ Brown. It doesn't mean he's not getting traded. So you got between now and June 1st to figure out what you're going to do. We ain't got to go all deep into it. We've already said what we had to say about it. If your ass going to stay, stay. This is my problem with AJ Brown. Everything that you said last year was 1,000% true, and I'm not knocking you for it. We did need to play better in the passing game. 100%. We did need to get you involved in. You had everything to say. You've had 2 instances now to where your feet have been held to the fire and you ain't said nothing. You had a horrible playoff game where you had 3 big drops and you put your clothes on, you left, you didn't address the media. That was your first one. Now you keep going on all these podcasts. First you was with Michael Parsons. You was talking about how you love Philly and Philly is great, which is cool. Then you got on your Instagram. You was talking about mental health, and that is important. We know AJ Brown, he's had mental health problems. God bless him. He got over that and now he's helping people. That's admirable. You go on the New England Patriots podcast with Edelman and I think Gronk and you doing all this cryptic shit. if you really stand on business and you the guy that you say you are, come out and tell the public what you want to tell the team what you want to do. It's not even about us. Sit your ass down at 28 years old, had a grown man conversation of I want to be in Philly or I don't want to be in Philly, and stop just letting this shit linger. It's not gonna help you. It's gonna hurt you either way. If your ass want to go, go. We got a whole new young coaching staff coming in, from offensive line coach on. We need to get somewhere and come to some kind of finality about this and just be done with it. Because your ass gone at the end of this season anyway, whether you want to be or not. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's an important image, I guess you can say, because GMs look at that and they're gonna be, well, this is how he was with Philly, and we have a bunch of examples of that. Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. And you can say he continues on this road, man, he's gonna be out of the NFL before he knows it, or he can nut up and shut up, ball out this season, and get himself a big contract with another team.
Wherever he goes.
Absolutely. Yeah, wherever he goes. Yeah.
Speaking of other team, I don't like the rumors that I heard today
about him going to the Rams.
I don't like that one at all. I could see the Patriots. That was one rumor, and then the other rumor was the Rams. I don't like that Rams thing. I don't like that at all.
Well, the thing about this, if he goes to the Rams, he's gonna be the third option. So you willing to leave a team where you the number one option? First of all, you're not gonna get the ball more than Puka, and you're not a better route runner than Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams gets the touchdowns and he gets the third and shorts or whatever because he's one of the best route runners. So you are gonna get the targets, and y'all may win a Super Bowl, but clearly that doesn't appease you. So if you go to the Rams, then what? That's my thing. So I at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just an Eagles fan, but the shit gets annoying. The media in Philly, they're annoying too. It just is what it is. I got two things before we jump to the NBA that I do want to talk about.
I got more before we jump to the NBA.
Okay, the first one is for you, Hack. I don't really care for them. What do you think about the Titans, New Jersey? Well, you gonna say you like them anyway.
I do like them, but I like a rendering that I saw earlier better than I like the ones that we got now. The rendering that came out that had the little 3 stars right here and 3 stars right here, I like that concept better than I like the ones now, but they kind of went back with the classic Orders look, which I appreciate that nostalgia, and I didn't look into it, but there's a pamphlet going out that tells why they went with certain details on the jersey that I need to look at. But I like the fact that we did go back to the Oilers colors.
So let me tell you why I don't like it.
I don't like the logo.
I don't even mind the logo. A couple of years back, y'all wore the Oilers. You wore the Oilers jerseys. You went 0-2. You didn't win a game. So then you said you was going to get rid of that and make your own identity. Here we jump forward to 2026. You went right back to what you said you wanted to get away from. You're here now. Houston has another team. Make your own identity and be Tennessee.
No.
What do you mean no?
No. I can agree with that. I can somewhat agree with that, but they came from being the Oilers, and most teams who move on and go somewhere else, they keep their stuff.
No, they don't.
Look at the Raiders. They moved, they kept their stuff. Look at the Rams. They moved, they kept their stuff. I mean,
but they also didn't come out.
They're the same name.
They also did not come out and say they wanted to get away from that. When you come out and say something, AJ Brown, people, us, fans are going to hold you to that. Not you, but I'm just talking to whoever
I
said it.
know what you mean.
You said you was getting away from that. I ain't saying throw away Warren Moon and Bruce Matthews and all that stuff. You said you was going away from that to build your own thing here, and you went 100%. You're in your own way of creating whatever it was that you said you was gonna create. I'm with you. I don't really care for the logo. I understand it,
I
but you
understand it
could have
too.
went a different color. I was cool with the ones you had previously. I don't even know why you changed them.
Look,
I love the colors. Go ahead, Abe.
this is what Titans ownership should do. If you want to build your own identity, get the fans
Sell the
involved.
team and move them to Hawaii.
Nah, get the fans involved. Send out a link for the fans. Tell them to throw in their own concepts. I know there's a lot of people out there that know how to draw shit, and see what the fans come up.
You know what? That's the problem with the team. The fans support them regardless. That's why they keep sucking. That's my problem. Like the you got one in the comments right now that's talking like his team is a playoff team. That's why you keep sucking. You continue going to the games and you continue to support them, and they keep giving you minimum effort on every fucking thing that they do. And y'all just keep on going to the games, and they keep on drafting sorry quarterbacks, and they just remade you some jerseys from 30 years ago. You're gonna be 4-13 this year, and I'm gonna just sit here with my arms folded, and we're gonna have this same goddamn conversation next season.
Okay, let me say one more thing on this subject, and then we can move on to the next subject.
Go ahead, Hank.
Don't
Give
be
me some
mad.
positivity.
Well, I can't talk about what I want to talk about then.
You can't be negative too.
Okay,
I'm ranting
so
because that's my hometown team.
so
And
here we
go
go.
ahead.
Here
Go
we go.
ahead.
I'm sorry, I have to be negative just a little bit. So here's the problem, and this is basically a problem with the world at the same time, but it's also a problem with the Tennessee Titans. You have people in power, in leadership that tells their base what they want them to hear to appease them, but they never follow through, and the base continues to follow it and eat it up and continues to think, oh, it's the greatest thing ever. Oh, it's the greatest thing ever. It's not always the greatest thing ever. Sometimes you got to suck it up and do the right thing and follow through with what you say you're going to do. President.
You
um,
know what?
That's the way.
Hey, I can't even argue with you on that. Heck.
Did you have something else in NFL before I touch on this other NFL stuff I had real quick?
No, I agree with you, man. I'm not anti-Titans, but I was born there. I just want them to do something to make us want to go to the game. Like and I understand what you said is 100% correct. You can't fault the players. I can't fault the
You
fans.
know what? I'm not gonna get off Titans yet. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna get off Titans yet. Um, when the first day of free agency, the players they brought in, I was like, cool. Yeah, they were from the Jets. Cool. Yeah, they were from the Giants. But they fit what we're trying to do, and they were productive while they were there. Now, 2 to 3 days later, we still bringing in some Jets, and we still bringing in some Giants that were nobodies just because the coaching staff is familiar with them. What did they do for you at your last job that you lost?
They got you fired. Come on,
Exactly.
man. I'm glad.
Exactly.
Thank you, Jesus. Oh, thank you,
Exactly.
Lord.
Um,
Borrow your
no,
bottle.
don't get me wrong. There's a few that I agree with, but there's a few I don't. You let
John
a
Franklin Myers was good for y'all.
He was good. Jermaine Johnson, he was good. Wandale Robinson, he was good, although overpaid. I think he was a good
Yes.
one. But I don't understand the Daniel Bellinger. I don't understand Tony Adams. We just brought in another, I guess, an edge or outside linebacker from the Jets. I don't understand those moves. And I'm deep into
Maybe,
football, and I don't understand some of those moves.
well, you gotta also think who wants to come and play for the Titans. I mean, not to get negative on Titans, but it's just players see how that organization is run or how that coaching staff. Who wants to deal with that? I mean, if that coaching staff was legit, if the ownership was good, I guarantee you would have no issues bringing in someone like AJ Brown. I mean, they had him already, didn't they? But like names like Puka Nakua, Justin Jefferson type players, Max Crosby's, the Myles Garrett's, and all that stuff. I think a lot of it has to do with leadership. Personally,
I'm playing
Ownership
Civil War with my
is
feelings.
correct. Ownership is correct. But also, my problem is what I was trying to explain the other day. You never see or even hear them in the rumor mill about getting nobody of any significance. You always hear Philadelphia might get Michael Parsons, Max Crosby, Trey Hendrickson, whoever the number one free agent is, but you never hear Schefter or anybody else be like, well, watch out for the Titans. They may swoop in and get somebody. Like, at least throw your name out there and act like you trying to get someone. That's the thing that I'm saying. I don't want to live here. Hometown team, y'all building this stadium. I got past this stadium every day I go to work now. That's a big ass stadium. I know how it was when the Titans had McNair and they had George and the Music City Miracle. Man, that stadium can be as loud as any stadium in the NFL. The
And it's about to
fans
be
for
louder.
this team give a fuck. They really do.
Yeah.
They're annoying, but they're annoying because they fed up and they actually do give a fuck about the team. And they just want a better product on the field, and I feel it. Just
You right.
coming from there, I absolutely understand.
You're right. Before we move on to NBA, I just want to throw a couple of names out to you that are still out there in free agency. We can hit on it real quick, or we can pass.
Juwan Jennings.
It's on y'all. That was the first
Juwan
one.
Jennings.
That was the first one. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see him with the Titans. But he may not go back to the 49ers now because they signed Mike Evans.
No, I don't even think he wants to go back. I honestly think that he probably would want to come here. That stadium is not built for concerts and a rooftop bar. That's not what their stadium is built for. Stop.
It's built for,
You're not even a Titans fan. You trying to argue with me, and you arguing against your own cause.
It's built for football, but they're gonna do the other stuff to help revenue, and that way we ain't got to pay so much in tax money, which we still paying.
That man ain't even been to a Titans game. I ain't paying him no damn attention. What's the next topic?
Oh, also they're trying to bring a Super Bowl to Tennessee. I mean, one of the requirements is either you got to be a warm climate state or have a roof over your head.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something, Hack. We can move on after this. What do you think it's possible with this new stadium that they would ever have a SEC? I asked my brother this earlier. I don't know the answer. Is the SEC championship in college football always got to be in Georgia? Is that contractual?
I want to say it's contractual, but I think we would be able to get some neutral site games for sure. SEC game may end up, depending on when their contract runs out, it may end up in the stadium like that.
Okay.
Big wrestling events, WrestleMania.
Yeah. Beyonce come here once every year. So
if you can afford a WrestleMania, man, then tickets are expensive.
If you can afford. All right, another name that's still out there, Stephon Diggs.
Is he going back to the Patriots?
He got released. Unless he's going on a lower contract, I doubt he's going back.
I seen someone say he may go back for a lower contract, but I think they're gonna hold out and see if they can get AJ Brown before they do that.
Yep, I agree.
Tell you what, I would like to see Stephon Diggs go, but I know it's not gonna happen. I wish he would go back to Houston.
Back to Houston.
There's some links trying to tie him to the Commanders.
Or go to Miami. Help help out Willis over there.
Commanders could probably use him.
Commanders
I
could
can see that.
definitely use him. Yep.
Joey Bosa's still out there.
And that's crazy.
Aaron Rodgers still out there.
You know
He need
what?
to stay out there.
Yeah. He needs to go on another ayahuasca trip and stay there.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins still out there.
Man, he needs
Kirk
to go
Cousins need to
visit
be the
Aaron
driver.
Rodgers.
Yes.
Debo's still out there.
I would like him to come to Philly.
Okay. Jahan Dotson, where did he go? Jahan Dotson went somewhere, so he's no longer in Philly.
Yeah, I forgot where he went. I'm glad he got his money. I'm glad he got whatever it was that he wanted.
Njoku's out there.
If we can't get Goddard, I would take Njoku. Jahan Dotson went to the Falcons.
Cam Jordan's out there.
For the Saints.
For the
That's
Saints.
right. He is. Sure is. That's right.
Yeah. Cam Jordan's out there. Hollywood
Is it-
Brown's out there.
Isn't Olave a free agent as well?
He's restricted.
Yeah.
But you can make offers for him.
Okay.
Hollywood Brown's out there.
Wanted the Titans to do. Yeah, Hollywood Brown is out there. I seen him being linked somewhere, but I forgot where it was.
Could it be Minnesota to reunite with Kyler? And then he'd be the third receiver?
Bring it on. Yeah, because Addison surely gonna get suspended a couple times.
Jonnu Smith is out there.
The Dolphins should bring him back.
I hate that we did not use him like he's supposed to be used. That pissed me off.
It should.
I love John Smith, man. I'm a big tight end guy. So when I saw that coming into Pittsburgh, I was like, man, Muth, Washington, and Smith. Oh man, who's gonna stop us? Apparently, we stopped us.
Y'all had three good tight ends. Washington should catch every touchdown pass Aaron Rodgers threw.
I got one last question for NFL, and then we can move on to NBA. Does Russell Wilson find a team this year?
I maybe if somebody get hurt. If somebody gets hurt, he may be like a backup to Joe Burrow or somebody like that.
So you say no.
Maybe Kansas City.
You guys.
Maybe Kansas City. If somebody get hurt, he may have to back up somebody. I really wish he would retire too. I don't know if it's possible or not. I just feel like he keep playing him. I think he's playing himself out of the Hall of Fame.
I mean, he's 37 years old right now. He's a marginal quarterback. That system in Seattle is the reason they got as far as they did.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, take us into the NBA, bro. Take us into the NBA.
Man, so the NBA been a hot topic all week. There's been a lot going on in the NBA. Some good, some bad. The first thing is first. Tuesday night, everybody know we've heard this story by now. Bam Adebayo scored 83 points. His mom was there. His girl was there. A lot of people had a lot of opinions about it. Bam came out and he said, if you wanted me to stop scoring, you should have stopped me after I started scoring 70, and you could have started double teaming me when I had 30 in the first quarter. 1,000% agree with that. Coach Spoelstra came out, I believe it was yesterday. He said he's not apologizing to anybody. This is what I got to say about it. The record for the most points in the NBA is 100 points. It wasn't Kobe's 81. I don't think this smears Kobe's legacy. Kobe and Magic are my two favorite players of all time. I don't think this minimizes or smears Kobe's legacy in any way. What Bam did with that 83 points is what goes on in the NBA every night. People just don't watch it. And if this was anybody other than Bam Adebayo, who averages 21 points a game, if it was some of your favorite players, you wouldn't have had a problem with it. It's just the fact that it was Bam. He's not as marketable. He doesn't have his own shoe. People don't like the Heat. They think they boring. They was going against the Wizards. It happened. It was his moment. And I always tell people, we know how as a man, if your mom or your wife or your girlfriend show up to see you do anything, whether it's bowling, tennis, I don't give a damn what it is, you're gonna try to show out. And that's what he did. I don't have no problem with it. Bam is one of the best, nicest people in the NBA. Congrats to you. I'm sure it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. People are scoring 50, 60, 70 at a reasonable rate now. So
Well,
I'm not going to knock it. That's just me. I'm not knocking it.
I'm not a Bam fan. I'm not a Bam hater. I respect this game. Glad he got it. And if I was him, my whole attitude towards that 83 was respectfully, fuck Kobe. I wanted 83 for motherfucking points. I went out and got them 83 points. But at the same time, 5 years down the road, you're going to ask somebody, what were the top 3 individual performances in NBA history? They're going to tell you Wilt Chamberlain, Kobe Bryant, and Wemby. Something Wemby's going to do that's going to be one of the greatest performances of all time. They won't even be talking about Bam. I'm glad he got it, though. I mean, any basketball player that's on the court, they want to be the man on the court, and that night he was the man on the court. He had the Mamba mentality. They probably fouled him a little more than they should, and he got it through free throws. Congratulations! I'm happy for you. I'm not hating on you, but I think the Kobe '81 was still more memorable.
I mean,
Absolutely. Go ahead, Abe.
as someone that really doesn't follow the NBA a lot, I went back and forth all week about why people were back and forth about it. I mean, to my understanding, Bam is not a shooter, right? He's not a type of guy that comes in and drops, I don't know, 50, 60 a night or something like that.
You right?
No, he's an all-star caliber player.
Mm-hmm.
20 and 10. That's Bam.
And so my thing was, why the hate? Because of all the free throws and all that stuff, and people are saying stat padding and all that, but you got to understand, he still has to make the shots. It's like the steroid era in the MLB. Yeah, you can be jacked all you want, but you still have to hit the damn ball and knock it out of the park. You still got to make sure that his shots are lined up perfectly, that they're going in. I mean, for me, you got 83. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with it. He might not even touch 60 anymore or something like that. Let the man have his moment. I'm not knocking him for it.
Thank you.
And I think, honestly, if Kobe was still alive, he'd probably walk up to him, shake his hand, and say, good job, kid. And probably would want to suit up and beat that record himself.
Thank you. And that's the problem with the NBA. Both of y'all, if y'all had bullseyes, both of y'all just hit it. Everybody in the NBA stat pads. Everybody shooting threes. Everybody comes out and they try to score 40. He got hot. So what?
I'm glad that you said something about Kobe, if Kobe was still alive. Because if Kobe was still alive and Bam had got to 81 and stopped to tie the record out of respect
Kobe would have been mad.
At the end of the game, Kobe would have walked up to him and said, "You a bitch."
He would have been mad.
Kobe's a dog. Kobe is a dog. He'll find that competitive edge to try to come back just to beat it.
Yeah.
People always ask what's wrong with they always ask what's wrong with the NBA. You got a bunch of good people that think they great. You got a bunch of people shooting threes that can't shoot. There is no flow to the game. And we grew up in an era to where you had to be great at, you may not have been good at everything, but whatever you was great at, that's what you was great at. You practiced that and that was your role. I understand basketball is positionless now, but I also understand the importance of team. Everybody can't do the same. And also as a fan, everything doesn't have to have a comparison. If you like LeBron, you don't have to hate Kobe and Jordan. If you like Jordan, if Jordan is your GOAT, you can like, it's okay to like Kobe and LeBron. Everything doesn't have to be a comparison. We doing it now. We so feel like we need to find somebody to be the face of the NBA. We want it to be Anthony Edwards so bad. If he don't want to be the face of the NBA, that's fine. The best players in the NBA, whether we want to admit it or not, they not from here.
And you don't have to have
They're
a
not.
face of the NBA. You've got several.
You don't. You got, thank you. You got, why can't it just be said? Why does it have to be one person? Anthony Edwards, yes, he's marketable. He's great at basketball. He even if he don't want to be, he is the guy that these kids kind of look up to ever since Ja kind of fell off. A lot of times they don't want the pressure that come with that. And it's okay. It's okay to go out there and play basketball and be likable. Us as fans, we gotta chill out on a lot of shit. We gotta stop projecting all these targets on these players and saying that they the next somebody and just let them be the first whoever they are. Basketball can be good, but these players, we gonna get into it. Uh you gotta go out there. If you say 82 games is too much, okay, let's drop the season down to 66 games. But if you're healthy and you miss a game, I don't think you should be paid for it. Us as fans, we spend too much money to go to these games. Like last night, I made a TikTok about it. It was no reason for the entire Philadelphia starting five to not play. You're literally in a play-in playoff situation, and you decided to not play your starting five because you felt like they needed a rest. Analytics is fucking up the game. If you're hurt, don't play. If you're not
Load
hurt,
management,
play.
dumb.
Load
Yeah,
management is so stupid. It's so stupid.
yeah.
But then you got people, and this is my last point, and why I respect certain players so much. You got people like Tyrese Halliburton, who had a strained calf. KD had a strained calf, and they go play in the finals, knowing the risk of playing on a strained calf can cause you a torn Achilles, and they still took their ass out there and done it. You got people like Kyrie that tears ACL, get his ass up with tears in his eyes, and go shoot his free throws. Those are the players that I respect.
Kobe
And
when he
that's
tore his
just
Achilles.
when he tore his Achilles, he shot his free throws, he
Jeez.
walked off the court, bro. Jason Tatum, they was mad because Jason Tatum came back early. He felt he was good enough to play. That's what, as true fans of basketball and sports, that's what you like. And that's what we just need to get back to.
Yeah,
Before we move too far past it, you brought up the era that we came up in. Um, if you are over 35 years old, look at the best player that you knew in high school, or look at the best player that you knew for your college team. Sometimes when they got to the pros, they could have been the best player on that pro team, but they didn't make the team because they couldn't run the offense. Now we're in a situation where just about anybody can make the team, and they just out there shooting. If you couldn't run the offense back in the day, you wasn't on the team. All the talent in the world didn't do nothing if you couldn't run the playbook.
well, one of the perfect examples, Christian Leitner.
Is it?
Great college basketball, but when he got into the NBA, I mean, granted, he went to probably one of the worst teams at the time. I think it was the Timberwolves, right? But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he spent what 15 years in the NBA and didn't have one pretty good season until he had that one season with the Hawks.
I
My
think he
favorite
went to the
example
All
of
Star game that year.
my
Hmm.
favorite example of that is Harold Miner, who played for USC.
Called him Baby Jordan. Wasn't
Yep.
even Baby Hat.
What man? More like little baby, Glenn Davis.
Which is why Kobe is the only person that's been compared to MJ that came close, and
Yeah,
he couldn't make it. Don't ruin this next generation of players calling them the next. It's only
and
one LeBron.
and and
It's only
and
one Kobe, one MJ.
I don't. That's probably one of the reasons that I didn't like Kobe, because everybody wanted to compare him to Jordan. Oh, he's the next Jordan. But now that I'm old enough to look back at everything, I respect what Kobe did in the game. I love Kobe now, and I hate that it was after his death that I learned to love Kobe. But Kobe was Kobe. He didn't need to be compared to anybody else.
Nope. And I think that's why I like Anthony Edwards now. He respects them. He respects KD and LeBron, but like he said at the All-Star game, I'm coming to kick their ass. That's
Exactly.
I think that's why I like Wemby so much.
Yep.
Wemby don't give a shit about none of them. He want to beat all of them, and it's showing in the way that the Spurs play. It shows in the way that the teams play. You look at Denver, Jokic. People think Jokic don't care about basketball, but he goes out there every night. He does not stat pad them triple doubles. The
He does.
dude is he's just so skilled and he's so good and he's so competitive. It's rubbed off on the team. Jamal Murray is killing it this year. I don't even think people understanding the type of season he having this year. You
Jokic
look
goes
at
up.
go ahead.
Jokic goes out there with the mentality of I don't like basketball, but I'm good at it, and it's gonna get me the paycheck to do what I need to do with my horses that I really love. And he goes out there, he does it.
Yeah, he said the other day, he Malika interviewed him. The man loves basketball. He really does. He said if he didn't, he wouldn't play. He just isn't expressive like we think he is. And this is my last example before we get into the next subject, because this is for you, Hack. Look at how Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and the Thunder play basketball. They play as if none of them are good at basketball. They just trying to make the team. They all go out there every night. They play hard. They play their hardest. They on the floor. Everybody does what they has to do and more to make the next person look as good, and that's why they win.
A lot of people like to bet player props because player props is something that's pretty consistent. I would never consistently bet player props for Oklahoma City Thunder for the simple fact that you don't know who's going to have the best game because it could be any one of them at any time because they go out there. If you take something away from them, they get somebody else involved.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely, man. What's another topic? Well, this is for me because I don't think y'all been watching, but Jason Tatum came back. Boston looked with Tatum. He didn't play against the Thunder, and they
He had
barely lost.
he had 15 the first game back, right?
15 the first game back, 20
And
the next. He
looked decent.
he looked just like Jason Tatum. He's a little rusty. His
Yeah.
three ball is a little off, but do people have been asking, do I think Boston are the favorites now? The way Detroit been playing this last week and a half, they've lost some bad games. The Knicks have lost some bad games. And Boston is sitting right there in between them. I think they may be primed to take the East. They healthy. You got arguably your best player back, and your other best player is playing at an MVP candidate. So yeah, I do think they're the favorite to come out the East now.
You gotta watch Boston. They've learned to play without Jason Tatum. They already knew how to play with him. They learned to play without him. They're gonna be positioned with probably a seed that would benefit them because they haven't had him all year. And a lot of other people have said it, and I'm gonna say it too. They're playing with house money. Nobody expected them to be here right now, but they're here. Now they got Jason Tatum back. They've got Vucevic down there when he gets healthy again, who's rebounding his ass off and playing the dirty work role that Porzingis wouldn't play. You
Yep.
got Cater who stepped up. You got a whole bench of people on fucking Boston that wouldn't even be second string on other teams, but they playing like they first string right now.
The reserves and bench players of Boston are playing how the Thunder play last season and this season. And that's why they are where they are. They do whatever it takes to win the game.
Yep,
And at the end of the day, the teams that do that, they always there at the end.
yep. That's why Washington Wizards will never be there. Oh, did I say
They'll
that?
never be there. They'll never
So
be there.
so with Tatum's return to Boston, that certainly improves their odds to come out of the East or to take the East. But a lot of folks have them right behind the Caps. What do y'all think?
Yeah, they got them behind the Cavs, top to bottom, probably got the best team players. If you was to write down everybody, the Cavs got 4 All-Stars in they starting 5. Jared Allen, Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, Evan Mobley. They all of them All-Stars. But Boston, they right there with them. They got a better bench. And you never know what the problem with James Harden and Donovan Mitchell, they haven't done it in the postseason. That's why I put Boston ahead of Boston. Boston has done it. They proved they can do it.
That's a fair question, Abe. A lot of people do have them behind the Cavs. A lot of people have them behind Detroit, but neither Detroit or the Cavs at this point in time are doing it in and day out, no matter who's in the lineup. You take Donovan Mitchell or Evan Mobley out of that lineup, you got a different team. You take James Harden out, you got a different team. I don't think James Harden and Donovan Mitchell fit. That's
I
just
don't
my
either.
opinion.
Same.
Harden's not going to really play much defense for you.
Mm-mm.
So,
Never has.
so I think Boston can actually surpass Cleveland if they were in a game of 7. And right now, the way Detroit's playing, Cleveland, Cleveland might be able to take Detroit out. So therefore, Boston might be the team to beat.
I think the problem with Detroit, people done figured out if you shut down Cage, you shut down their offense.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a legitimate go-to second scorer like Boston does and Cleveland does and New York. If Karl Anthony Towns get his act together, they all have solid number 2 options. Detroit doesn't have that. They tough, they gritty, they play together. But if you can somehow minimize and take Cade Cunningham off his game, if you can keep Cade to 15 points, you got a good chance of winning.
Exactly. Best way to disrupt the Detroit offense is to force things into Jalen Duran and force him to be an offensive force because that takes away from his defense. He is a
Yep.
defensive player. He gets the rebounds, and that's where he needs to focus his energy. If he has to focus on scoring, it disrupts a lot.
And last
Uh,
year, I don't know why they done it. They had Tim Hardaway Jr. and Malik Beasley, and they got rid of both of their shooters. So now they ain't got no shooters. So it's really all on Cade to
Jay Navy's gone too.
Jay Ivy's gone. So it's really on Cade to facilitate and move around and get the ball. He has to get himself going and everybody going.
They've got a shooter in Duncan Robinson, but they don't get him involved.
Yeah, it's kind of like us and Dalton Connect.
Mm.
I'm not even finna go there.
Mm. Yeah.
But
so what about
go ahead, Abe.
so what about on the West? On the West, I mean, we're seeing the dominance of OKC, but what about the Spurs? What do you guys think of that? You
I
think the
think
Spurs?
Let me get this real quick, Mike.
Go ahead.
Let the OKC fan talk real quick. Well,
You
we
got
in
the floor,
trouble.
homie.
We in trouble. Them
That's what I
motherfucking
was
San
finna say.
Antonio Spurs, they are coming to play day in and day out. They are ready to make a move in the playoffs. The only thing that they lack is the playoff experience together, but they've got the pieces to take out OKC. You just go ahead and say it. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
Now, before we go to the West, let me say this. You're going to overlook them now. They in the 10th seed. They one game above 500.
Can I
But I
guess?
can promise you, the Pistons, the Knicks, the Cavs, and the Celtics, don't neither one of them want to play them goddamn Charlotte Hornets right now.
Boy, I was gonna guess that.
I'm telling you, do not sleep on the Charlotte Hornets. They
It's
early,
funny.
they young, they not supposed to be this. They not supposed to be this good right now. They just beat the shit out of Detroit about a week or so ago. Be
It's
careful.
funny you say that, and I'm glad you brought that up because early in the season, people were questioning LaMelo Ball's leadership. Now he's got this young team out there competing day in, day out. He's healthy. They're having fun, and you can't just shut down one person and think you're going to take their team out. because they've got Ball scoring, they got Canooples scoring, they've got Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller's he's been off a little bit lately, but if you get him on one night, bam, ain't nobody talking about Miles Bridges. He's still there.
Yes. And they still got Diabate. They have a team. It's another team in the play-in. They 9-1 in their last 10. They don't have no big names. They also young. The Atlanta Hawks. They got rid of Trae Young. You may not know this name now. Jalen Johnson is an absolute monster. He's a triple-double threat. He does not really have a weakness in his game. They got him, and they got the guard Dyson Daniels.
Yes.
And together, that is a nasty young duo. I'm telling you, I know people see Philly down there at number 9. If they could get healthy with Maxey and Edgecombe, and if Embiid could stay healthy, man, God knows they could be up there with everybody else. And Paul George, and Philly got a team. They just cannot stay healthy. And that is their main problem.
While you talking about Atlanta, remember back in the day, whenever people played Jordan, if it was Utah, they put Brian Russell on him because Brian Russell was going to go in there and play defense. If it was the Knicks, they put Gerald Wilkins on him because Gerald Wilkins is going to come and play defense. With Atlanta, Dyson Daniel is going to get on your best perimeter player, and he might shut them down. He is a defensive workhorse, and he's going to get in there and play ball.
And you know who that causes a problem for? Who they would meet right now if the playoffs started? Detroit. Because he's going to check Cade. So the East, I know they don't have the big names, but I'm telling you, that bottom tier,
don't
better
count them
watch
out.
out for it. Also, Orlando has won 6 straight, and Miami has won 7 straight. So it's just something to put on your mind. That is Western Conference. Yeah, if you're a Thunder fan, the Spurs, yeah, you got a 7'4" monster trying to track you down.
Man, I cheer for the Spurs when they're not playing OKC because I like the type of ball they playing.
Yeah, and I know people thought it wasn't going to work with De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, and Stephon Castle. He got a mean little trio behind him too. And Champagne hitting threes. I'm telling you, they nasty. They nasty. They ain't no joke.
They so deep that they were able to cut Jeremy Sohan because he wanted to be cut to go somewhere where he can play ball.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, the Spurs, they are a team to watch out for. Now, you got the Lakers sitting at 3. I don't believe we're going to see how good the Lakers are. So they play Denver on Sunday in LA. We'll see if they can win that game. Right now, they're a half game ahead of the Rockets and the Nuggets, and they're a full game ahead of the Timberwolves. They all bunched in there together, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So after they play Denver, they got to go on the road, and they got to play Houston twice, Miami, Orlando, Detroit, and then they end with Indiana. If they can come out of that with maybe like a 1-2 record, we'll see. So but what I will say about the Lakers, they've been putting LeBron James at center, which says a lot about DeAndre Ayton. But they've been putting LeBron James at center, letting him play center, and they're letting Luka and they're letting Austin Reeves do the scoring and do the ball handling. And it's helped. It's helped.
So clearly OKC and the Spurs are the top favorites too in the West. But who do you consider a dark horse in the West?
I wouldn't call them a dark horse, but the Timberwolves.
Yeah, Denver and Minnesota.
Yeah.
Denver is probably the Thunder, the Spurs. They 1A, 1B, but sitting at number 2 is probably the Nuggets, and sitting at number 3 is the Timberwolves. I can't believe in the Rockets because they don't have a point guard, and it's killing them that they don't have one.
Killing them bad.
Phoenix, they lost Dylan Brooks, but they don't have enough to compete with the Spurs, the Nuggets, and the Rockets. And the Lakers, Wemby would go for 40 and 40 if he played in a 7-game series against the Lakers. DeAndre Ayton can't check me. So him trying to check Wemby, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. at all. So I don't know if y'all been paying attention to the MVP race, but right now they got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander in first, and he's averaging 31 points, 31.8, so 32 points, 4.5 rebounds, 6.5 assists. They got the best record in the NBA. Jokic is averaging 28.7 points, 12.7 rebounds, and 10 assists. No player in NBA history has ever finished in the top 10 in all three. Nate Archibald led the league in points and assists in 1972-73. He's the only player to ever do that. But no player has ever been in the top 10 in all three. You got Jaylen Brown at 28, 7, and 5, and you got Wemby averaging 24, 11, and 3 blocks a game. Should the MVP, because it says most valuable player, is it a team award or is it a player award? And I'm gonna tell you why I asked this after y'all tell me.
In my opinion, it is a player award for a player whose individual performance reflects what his team has accomplished.
Okay.
I,
What about you?
if Luke were averaging triple double and the Lakers missed the playoffs, I don't think Luka should get MVP.
Okay. What about you?
I think it's a player award, but the way I see it is, yeah, you can be the best player on your team. You can score, you can rebound all you want, but how do you contribute not only to your own game, but how do you help elevate the other four on the court?
Your team. Yeah, I'm with you.
And that's what I think. Because I mean, you can shoot all you want, and half the time you'll either miss, make it, or you can get all the points you want. But man, if you can elevate someone on your team that isn't known for being a shooter or being dominant on the court, but if you can elevate their game along with the other people, that makes you valuable not only to the court, to your team, but that shows that, hey, it may be a single player award, but look at what I'm doing to elevate everybody around me.
Now, with the logic that Abe and I just used, currently that would be Jokic. But at the same time, he's only a game or two away from missing and not even being eligible.
That's the problem with the NBA now. You got to play at least 65 games to be eligible. LeBron James is not going to make an All NBA team this year. That's crazy to say, but he's not going to make one. So I looked up some of the close NBA, and it's only two outside of the one that I just said. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of the infamous 61-62 MVP race. Wilt Chamberlain averaged 50 points and 25 rebounds that season and did not win MVP. Oscar Robinson. Yep. Oscar Robinson averaged 30 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists. Elgin Baylor averaged 38 points and 18 rebounds. Bill Russell won, averaging 19 points and 23 rebounds a game. And in 1989-90, the most controversial MVP race, Magic Johnson won, averaging 22, 11, and 6. Charles Barkley had the most first-place votes and finished in second with 25 and 11. And, of course, you had Jordan finish third with 33, 6, and 6. They still talk about that MVP today that Charles Barkley should have won, but he didn't win it. And the reason that Magic won, his team went to the finals. He had the better team. And the reason Bill Russell won, back then voters voted for the best players on the best team. So that just goes to show what y'all was saying is absolutely 100% correct. Doesn't matter what you do as an individual. It's what you're doing as an individual helping the betterment of your team. So I agree with both of y'all on that.
Definitely. Well,
So
with that being said, in NBA,
we got
Dave,
some trivia.
So I heard this on sports radio today. They were talking about the NBA, and
Come on,
I've never really paid
ahead.
attention to stuff like this. But Can you guys name me the top 8 players whose NBA jersey sells the most?
Right now,
Just right now,
Just right now. Right now, this is the list that they currently have out right now. The top 8.
Luca got to be on there.
Lucas number 2.
Wemby's on there.
Wemby is number 4.
LeBron,
He's number 5.
And Edwards.
Anthony Edwards, 6.
Cooper Flag,
He's not on the list.
Stephen Curry.
He's number 1.
Okay. Who have we not named? How many we got left? 2.
You have number 3, number 7, and number 8 left.
Durant.
Kate Cunningham.
Neither. And we just talked about 2 of them.
LaMelo Ball.
Nope.
Jason Tatum.
He's number 8.
Who the fuck? You said number. What 2 numbers we got left?
3 and 7.
Jaylen Brown.
Nope.
Shea Gilgeous Alexander.
No. He's number 7.
Okay.
Jokic.
No.
What number? How many
Number
we got
3
left?
is left.
Third.
Is he in the NBA?
Yes.
This man said, "Is he in the NBA?"
Hey man, sometimes it be a trick question.
Nah, he's in the MLB.
All right, give us a hint. East or West?
No, like is
Giannis.
he retired?
Giannis.
I said Giannis.
Okay.
He said no.
No.
Is it the East or West?
He is in the East.
He is in the East.
Knipple?
Nope.
No, that's too.
You
high
guys just
for me.
talked about his team a little bit too.
Donovan Mitchell?
Nope.
I know it ain't. No, it can't be that. Who is it?
It ain't
Jalen
Embiid.
Brunson.
Jalen Brunson.
Ah, shit.
When did we talk about his team?
New
I
York,
didn't
right?
I didn't think that Jalen Brunson was that popular.
That's what everybody. That's what people thought when I was watching the sports show this morning. Nobody could have gone number 3, and when they brought his name up, everybody had the same reaction. I didn't think
I
he
could
was
see
that
him being
popular.
on the list, but I wouldn't have said number 3.
Yeah, I would have thought he was like number 8, but I wouldn't. Damn, he ahead of Giannis and all. Man, that's crazy. That's good trivia. That's good trivia right there.
Well,
I would have never thought of Jalen Brunson.
Me neither. Well, since you got the stage aid, what's up with baseball?
Man, let me tell you what's going on. Complete, total shutout. Dominican Republics. Man, Korea gets taken down 10-0.
Let me
Damn. Today?
Mm-hmm. Yep, it just ended in like in the last 20, 30 minutes, I think.
I'm pulling it up right now.
So let me tell you, the DR, they almost
Holy
broke the
shit.
record for the most home runs in the 4 round for the 4 pool play. I think they missed it by 1. They got some hitters. I know everybody's big on the US. I don't know what the DR pitching is like, but they bats. They got some bats on that team.
Sanchez had 8 strikeouts for him in 5 innings.
Good Lord.
I thought Austin Wells was white.
Well, when it comes to Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, and all those, man, you can throw a dart at the rainbow, and they can be that color, man.
Austin Wells was pinch hitting and hit a home run
For the DR?
for Dominican Republic. Well, it sure as hell wasn't Korea because they ain't scored nothing.
No, is the US on yet?
They're on right now.
Right now they're at the top of the 4th, and right now it's 3-0 USA. So
yeah, I thought you was talking about the US.
no, So this is the
We are
second game that's
now.
going on today, and let's see what we have here. So they ended up with a 3-1 record in pool play. They lost to Panama. They were almost out. Unfortunately, my team badly lost to Italy, helping the USA move on. Some of the things that's going on with on the Canada side, this is Canada's first quarterfinals. Their USA's looking to get into their third championship appearance consecutive. So in the last time that they faced each other was about 20 years ago, and USA won 8-6. And then this is the first time that US and Canada have been separated in pools. You can believe that. But the winner of this game is gonna go and face the Dominican Republic, the Dominican Republic, and that's gonna be one heck of a game. I mean,
yeah, it's gonna be our last game.
Hey,
you got some hits there, man.
Abe, I hate to put you on the spot, but you might have an answer for me. And if you don't have an answer for me, I understand, and we can move on from it. But United States almost didn't move on to this round because they didn't understand um, the scoring system for the World Baseball Classic. I personally don't understand it because I hadn't really looked into it. Do you know how the scoring system with the World Baseball Classic works?
Yeah, it's point differentials. It's like the soccer concept as well. How do I explain it? It's however many points you get, it totals up during the I believe 4 games that they have, and that's how they determine it based on
Wins, points, wins
yes,
and runs. Okay.
yes. So for example, if Mexico would have and they could have lost, but if Mexico hit over 5 runs or more, USA would have not moved on. But because Italy defeated them, and it was I had the score somewhere around
And
here.
less than 5 runs.
It was less than 5 runs.
Yes.
That allowed USA to move on through. So it's their version of a tiebreaker.
Okay.
Instead of head-to-head competition, it's a 3-way tie based on point differential. Because if Mexico would have beaten Italy, 5 points, or they would have been Italy, it would have been Mexico and the US moving on instead of Italy.
Yeah, they do that in the play-in for the
NBA Cup.
Yeah. Commissioner Cup. I said play-in. Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. Heck.
So now we have 2 more games tomorrow. And so the early game is Puerto Rico versus Italy. Puerto Rico was 3-1 in pool play. They lost to Canada. Of course, they won against Panama in a dramatic fashion, 10th inning. Darrell Hernandez, that's how you pronounce it, and walk-off home run, chef kiss. It was beautiful. Italy went 4-0. 8-6 win over the U.S. That's why the U.S. got in that position they were in. They beat the hell out of Mexico 9-1. And here's a little first time in WBC history. The first baseman for Italy, I can't read my own writing. Pasquantino. There you go. Pasquantino hit the first 3-run home run for the WBC. The first one in history.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Jack Caglione plays for them also. And then they got Jacob Marcy. So they've got a couple of hitters on their team for Italy.
My guy played tomorrow though.
Who your guy?
Shohei.
Shohei, hey boy.
And
Whew.
before we get to that game, so Puerto Rico is trying to improve on its run, in 2023, which they ended up losing to Mexico. But the last time they had a good run like this, they did it in 2013, which they reached all the way to the title game, and they did it again in 2017, which as well they reached it to the title game. They're hoping that they can continue this momentum going and hopefully make an appearance at the title game. And which is funny because Puerto Rico and Italy met twice before, and the two times that they met was in 2013, where Puerto Rico beat them to move on to the title, and in 2017 when they did the same thing. So they're hoping that third time is going to happen again, and they're going to end up at the title game. But I mean, they have some really strong contenders for that title with our next game. Venezuela and Japan. Talking about two of the most dominant teams in the WBC.
I like the pitching matchup tomorrow.
Yes, I do too. And so just to see how Japan got to a spot they are, other than just being total dominant team, they went 4-0 in pool play. They beat Chinese Taipei 13-0, complete shutout. They had a close game against Korea, 8-6, and they barely squeaked it out against Australia, 4-3. And they totally dominated against Czechia, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Now, they're going against probably one of the strongest rosters, one of the strongest lineups in WBC with Venezuela. They were 3-1 in pool play. They got wins over the Netherlands. They beat Israel, and they beat Nicaragua, and they lost to the DR. But this matchup here, if Japan doesn't beat Venezuela and make it to the title game, Venezuela will. I think these two are top contenders to make it all the way. It's a gift that we get to see it before it happens. It's gonna be one thrill ride. So I personally think Venezuela takes this one over Japan. I feel like. Go ahead.
They've got some bats that can do it. They've got Ronald Acuna Jr. and Luis Arias and Wilson Abreu and Eugenio Suarez. So they've got some bats to do it.
Venezuela wants to move on, of course, because they've only made it to the semi once. Back in, I believe, 2009, where they lost to South Korea. Of course, Japan is a force to be reckoned. They've been up there, time in and time out. But my money is on Venezuela to go all the way to the title game, and on the other side,
hell no.
And on the other side,
hell no.
I want to say, in the end, it'll be the Dominican Republic versus Venezuela.
Dominican Republic versus Japan. I ain't going against Shohei.
No, and if it was any other team that was probably on par or as good as Venezuela is right now, I would be right with you. I will not bet against Shohei.
Venezuela got some killers on that team. I mean, the DR, I don't think nobody gonna beat the DR. That's just me personally. I don't think. No. They got an all-star team.
Their pitching's deep too.
Yeah, I don't see it.
To win the baseball classic, you have to have pitching that can shut down hitters, and they've got that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
who pitching for Japan against Venezuela?
Yamamoto.
Yeah.
Oh, for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's over with.
But they've got Ranger Suarez pitching.
I'll take Yamamoto.
I mean, I would too, but
if he looked like he looked in the World Series, I think Japan can get him.
A lot of sports shows right now have Venezuela a slight edge because of the rotation that they're going into against Japan. They're pitching
It's
bullpen.
understandable.
So,
I'm Shohei biased. That's all. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm biased.
Hey, trust me, I'm there. I love Shohei. He was an angel. We screwed that up. But when it comes to these two teams, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me either way who wins. But I think that the way going into this game, how the rotation is set up for Venezuela, they have a very, very strong chance to take it over Japan.
What time is that game? My bad.
That game will be. I wrote it down too.
8 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
All right.
8 o'clock.
Go ahead, Hank.
Now, if the U.S. does advance to the next game, one thing that's going to hurt them is Terry Skubal is no longer
He's
with
gone.
the team because he
Yeah.
went ahead back to Detroit. Well, not back to Detroit, back to his team for spring training. So you got to have pitching in this thing, and that was a bad Mickey Ficky.
Why he didn't want to stay? He just wanted to pitch one game and leave.
You know, a lot of times whenever there's games like this, especially with pitchers, because Shohei's team's not letting him pitch to this. They give them restrictions. So
okay.
Yeah.
Understandable.
But hey, it's gonna be a fun game to watch tomorrow, and I am excited. I mean, I'm depressed. Mexico lost. You know, I thought they had a good squad to at least make it to the semis. How wrong was I?
Avocados from Mexico.
Yeah, but when it comes to these 4 games or the remaining 3 games, the one I'm most excited to watch is Venezuela versus Japan. Number 4 versus number 1, and I honestly think Venezuela takes it. And it's gonna be a close game too.
They might. I'm biased, but Venezuela got the better overall team. I will admit that. I can concede that. I like that, man. I like that wrap up. I'm excited about this World Baseball Classic.
It's always fun.
We're a little over an hour, but we got more employees. This is outside of it not really being no football. It's really the beginning of the football season. We got draft coming up, free agency. It's a bunch of shit.
We got plenty to talk about in football.
We didn't even talk about March Madness. March Madness has really started. If you from around these parts, Vandy beat Tennessee today, so Tennessee is out.
We might do a show Monday to talk about March Madness because Sunday is Selection Sunday. We might do a show on Monday to talk about that.
Miami of Ohio lost to UMass, and people are in the uproar. Man, listen, if a team that goes 31-1 can't get in the tournament, it's a serious problem with the tournament.
You're right.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And I say that is, if they don't get in, it's a problem because you're going to put a team in that's like 18-12, and just because they play in a better conference, you feel as though they got a better chance. And that shit, that's not cool. That's not cool. We missed a classic. Arizona beat Iowa State by 2.
To keep my parlay alive.
Mine too. When it first started, now the problem I got with my parlay right now, Alabama losing. That's bothering me a little bit. But Arizona came back. They was down 14-2 to begin. This tournament, I keep telling y'all, man, it's really no difference between the number 1 seeds and the number 2 seeds. It's really not. And the 3 and the 4 seeds are just as good as the 2 seeds. I can promise you.
This is not the college basketball tournaments we're used to seeing from 5-10 years ago. NIL has evened the playing field a lot.
Yep. You may see some. We used to see 12-5 and all that stuff happen, but you may see it a lot more now. So what I am going to do, I was going to save it for Monday, and I'll probably post it on Monday after the show. We're going to do a push. I'm going to make an ESPN tourney challenge. I'm going to name it Pushing the Lines. and I'm gonna leave it open to invite public. Whoever comes in first, you can put as many brackets in there as you can. I'm going to personally send you a prize pack from my podcast. It might be a $5 gift card. It might be a $500 gift card. But I can guarantee you this: it's not
Might be
going to be a
merchandise.
$500 gift card. It might
Might-
be merchandise. It might be a half box of Whoppers that I ain't ate. But we gonna send you something if you can pick out a bracket and come in first place.
I'll contribute to it.
So spread the word. Now we can go home or go play Call of Duty.
I might go play Call of Duty. I might get deep into this bottle I got. Oh, have mercy.
Man,
I'm playing. We appreciate y'all. We'll keep you informed on whether we'll be here Monday or not. Most likely we will be. So we're looking at Monday and possibly Friday next week. Other than that, we love y'all and we out.
Gone, matey, gone, matey, gone, matey, gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Magic bets in the cut, got the game on lock. Flipping dimes, calling shots, every move non-stop. Silver fan, probably said playing odds like dice. In the trap, out betting lines, making racks feel nice. Pushing the line.